Are you feeling better today?
Yeah.
Hi, Jeannie. Did I see Pat pull up? I thought I saw a red car pull up. Who? It was Arlene or Pat. I thought it was Arlene or Pat.
Might be Linda.
I didn't see anybody out there. Anybody come out?
Is there enough agendas? I only did 5.
Oh, I can look off of hers.
Here. Hi, Della.
She'll
Hi,
share.
Della. Hi, Della.
So this is a draft then?
Yeah, it's just a draft. You have to approve it, so we haven't signed it, so I just put draft on there so nobody got, if you guys didn't approve it, that it would be on there as a draft, so nobody would like say that it was actually an ordinance.
So what's that do?
Helps heal.
Yeah, I called her this morning. She was out this morning. Early, so I can get this one for
Okay, I'll call the McCracken City Commission regular business meeting to order as of March 13th, 6:30 p.m. First of all, I'll call to order, roll call. Ross McCracken, Mayor.
Joe Tippman, Commissioner.
Nicole Faribault, City Clerk.
Amanda Kendall, City Treasurer.
Okay, next we'll have public comment.
I'll have to get it.
Looks cute.
Okay, first of all, Ron Casey.
There was an email going around about the DMRs.
Yes, they're all filed.
Okay. Why did it take an hour to, or a year to get it done?
Because there was nobody certified to file it, so we had to like wait until his certification went, or his certification training went through. But as soon as we did, I mean, we filed them all at once. I can give you proof if you'd like it. I've got all the files, but yeah, it took a little while because they needed to certify his signature, and it was just a real mess.
And as far as problems with the EPA,
There shouldn't, I mean, we got everything cleared.
It's all squared away.
Yeah, I thought I sent those to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have them all if you want to see them, Ron.
Yeah, it took a while because we didn't have anybody for so long in that position, so
thanks for answering that.
no problem.
And I've been noticing in the Rush County News, there's been no ads for the code enforcement.
I don't think we could do that until,
You can't do anything with the code enforcer until municipal court's been established, which as far as, how long has it been
look
since?
at the ordinance.
The ordinance for charter ordinance, but how long has it been since it's been in there?
Well, they didn't, I put it in, like I emailed her and I said that I needed it to run 2 times and she didn't, she forgot to run it the second time, so we had to start over again. So she said that we didn't have to pay for the first time now, but, so now it's gonna be another
that's
week,
not
even
really-
longer, so yeah, it hasn't even ran twice.
Because it was already given to them, correct? So it's nothing we did.
No,
So,
there's nothing
yeah.
I could have done about it, no. She apologized, and I mean, she read the email, and I said specifically we needed it to run for 2 consecutive times, and she forgot.
So how are we doing on the municipal court?
We have to wait for the charter ordinance to go through.
When was that?
That's what she was just talking about.
I think that this would have been, this last newspaper would have been the, because we had to restart, so it'd be 61 days from that. No, 61 days from next week,
From the public
from
meeting.
the last time it gets published. So, yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Because that's the first step to the blighted properties.
I don't know how we can do this, but I think we're gonna have some more law enforcement in town. We've got several people that have DUIs, they're driving. Last night particularly, there was somebody racing up and down Main Street. I don't know how fast they were going, but it was faster than what they should have been doing. And Kathy just about got hit downtown. There by the store. She was.
I was going south and the person was going, didn't even stop at the stop sign. And then she hunted me down and find out who I was.
She drove around a couple times just to see who it was and
Yeah.
whatever.
But they hunted you down?
Did they talk to
Yeah, hunted me down.
Who was it?
But they were in the wrong, you weren't.
They were going east on,
They were going west, but at the old Petz's place,
I don't know.
you know, diagonal from the store. The big long, by Mitchell's, behind Mitchell's.
that big
That
shed?
big building.
It sits south
West
of
of
Jackie's.
Oh, where Winston George has.
Yes.
Yeah, and if I wouldn't have slowed down, she would have hit me. And I cannot be without a vehicle.
No.
I would have just took her vehicle and said, sorry, you don't have a vehicle now, honey.
It wasn't me, was it?
No, it wasn't you.
They hunted her
I
down.
saw
They said they
that.
hunted her down. Did you hunt her down?
Listen, yeah, I always stop.
Just to see who it was.
But did they talk to you?
No.
No, she just made sure she went by
Doesn't
me
make any sense.
about 4 or 5 times. She wanted to know. I was ready for her to scream at me.
Scream at you for what?
You weren't in the
I came
wrong.
very close to going to the sheriff and say, hey, we need something done.
Oh, that's who you would go to?
Yeah. I don't know, I was thinking about this, because I read back the past minutes where they had tried to contract with the Rush County to do court there and other things, and they denied us, I
They
guess.
denied us,
They
yeah.
denied
I
us,
reached
but
out
I thought
and
maybe,
asked them.
I think that we're getting ready to have a sheriff retire. Isn't Ward getting ready to retire?
Yeah, Ward is.
So maybe the next one will consider it? I don't know. Because that would be nice
I
if
was
we
told
could
that
use
there's
their
issues with
courthouse.
Otis, and that that's why they had issues with Otis, and that they wouldn't do it for, they had lacrosse, and then they branched off, and they had issues with Otis, so they said that they would not do, there's not enough officers to spread that thin. I was told that there's 5 officers at that time. There may be more now, but
And they all go at the same time to everything.
Well, we pay taxes.
Right, I think that we
You know?
pay just as much as everybody else does. It's
Right.
not really
well,
fair.
Dezeen has a contracted one through Nest City. That's why I reached out to them to ask them about it.
So maybe the new
That
sheriff,
was last February.
he'll consider it, you know, maybe
I
we
don't
can
know,
try it
they need to
again. I
be
don't know.
around
I mean,
more.
we don't have a tremendous traffic problem, but, I mean, these people that aren't stopping at stop signs are, you know, excessive speed. We do have a few kids in town. It's not gonna be long before someone gets hit.
Right, and that's the last
Well,
thing
I'm always
we need.
worried by Anderson's. All the kids playing right there by Diana's.
Yeah.
I always worry there.
There's been a couple times I've almost gotten Piper. I'm like, you little shit. Watch it. I stop and yell at her, stop that.
That's all I had, so.
Okay. Next I have Diana's side.
I see it's on your new business, so, on the citywide cleanup, so that was gonna be mine. So, we'll wait till then.
Okay. Violet, Linda, you did probably get a chance to sign up on here. Did you have anything?
No.
Okay. Violet, do you have anything? For public comment, did you have anything? Okay.
No, they just told me this afternoon there was a meeting on account of a church meeting tonight, so
Oh.
that's the reason I'm late, sorry.
Oh, did I?
Okay, that was from yesterday, never mind. I thought maybe I gave you his insurance.
Okay, if there's no other public comment, then we'll move to the consent agenda. Joe, did you get a chance to review the bills?
Yeah.
In the minutes?
Here, just.
Do I have the bills?
Should be in that.
It's on the, it's called the,
It's called the
Scheduled claims.
Scheduled
Staples
claims, it's
together.
this one.
I don't
Scheduled
have that.
claims list.
okay, I might have forgot to
She
put it
only
in.
she only made one copy, but if you just want to look at it.
Here you
the
go.
budget.
Oh, it's right here.
These needed to be chocolate.
I know, I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. Don't eat any of them.
Don't count this in the chocolate.
What do we have repaired at S&W?
It's a credit that they sent us, stuff like that,
Oh, it's a credit.
yeah, I just wanted to put it in the software, so we had account of it.
Okay,
Check the
I'm
sheet.
done there.
I would make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Has been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same side, motion carried. Next, we'll have the resolutions and ordinances. Proposed brought to our attention an ordinance of 2023-03, City of McCracken regular meeting of boards of commissioners, an ordinance repealing the prior ordinance establishing meetings of McCracken, Kansas Board of Commissioners, be ordained by the governing body of the City of McCracken, Kansas Authority. The Kansas cities are empowered to determine whether local affairs and government such as powers is to be liberally construed as to provide cities with the largest measure of self-government, Articles 12, Section 5 of the Kansas Constitution. Section 2 rationale, the Board of Commissioners has continued duty to ensure that it holds regular meetings and that the residents of McCracken are duly advised of such proceedings. Section 3 repeal, City Ordinance 2022-15 is hereby repealed in its entirety. Section 4, meetings, times, and places. Regular meetings of the Board of Commissioners shall be held weekly on every Monday starting at 6:30 p.m. in accordance with requirements set forth in KSA 1409. Special meetings of the Board of Commissioners shall be held in accordance with KSA 15-1502. Closed or executive sessions. No closed or executive sessions should be held unless properly called in accordance with the requirements set forth in KSA 75-4319. 2, the no binding action shall be taken during closed or executive session. 3, no information concerning closed or executive session or any matter discussed in such session shall be made public. D, place of meetings, unless otherwise approved by the majority of the Board of Commissioners, all regular meetings and special meetings shall be held at the McCracken Community Building, 402 First Street, McCracken, provided, however, that no meeting of the City Commissioners shall be held outside the corporate limits of the city. E, changes to time and dates of meeting. Upon unanimous vote of the Board of Commissioners, the time and place of any regular meeting may be changed. Section 5, public notice of meetings. Public notice of meetings of the Board of Commissioners shall be given in accordance with Kansas Open Meetings Act. Section 6, quorum, attendance, and call of commission.
Everything else is the same.
It's all the same?
Everything else is, the only thing that changes the weekly requirement.
Okay,
That's the only difference.
so we need to review this then. And this is due to the fact that
I took a
out of
training
compliance.
and I found out that we are required to have weekly meetings, and there's like a statute, a Kansas statute on it. And in order for us not to have them, we have to charter out of it, and we've never chartered out of it, so we have to have them like that until we charter out of it, if we charter out of it.
So this would be your notice, just basically that we're,
That we're gonna have to start meeting every Monday.
Every
And
Monday.
I just thought it'd be easier just to have it at the same time, every Monday at 6:30. And maybe more stuff will get done that way, I don't know. But
move the process along a little bit more.
it's required, so, like by Kansas statute, so we have to go by that.
So this is a draft then?
That's just a draft to see if it was all right.
Do you want me to finish reading all this then?
You guys don't want that, do you?
What?
You don't want him to finish reading that, right? No.
Okay. Spare your ears if you'd like me to. So we just need to make the motion
If
to,
you guys want to accept it, I mean, as written, no matter what, we still have to do it, so I don't
right,
know.
right, that's what I'm
I
asking.
don't know.
And you sent this off already?
To,
You sent this to our attorney already?
he was the one that wrote it originally. I just took out and changed the one paragraph.
Which one did you have to change?
The one that
Just
says a weekly.
The weekly?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Everything else is what he wrote.
Joe? What do you think?
And I did take the work sessions out because I
Oh, yeah,
figured
there's no work
if we were gonna be
sessions in
if we were gonna be having that many meetings, we didn't need work sessions anymore.
That's what you guys wanna do. I don't,
I don't know that it's anything we want.
We had to
do.
charter out of it then.
then we have to charter out of it, but would you wanna charter out of it?
I mean,
Well, you kinda need them more than you're in quorum all the time and nothing can get discussed except for at the meetings.
We need them more than once every other month.
the work sessions, you mean?
No.
The meetings?
The meetings.
This is, well, yeah.
That's what that
Well,
is.
this is, we have a monthly meeting though every month.
And this is what?
This is weekly. This is moving from monthly to weekly.
Yeah, do you wanna do that?
I think that the meetings would be shorter, and I think that if they're shorter, then by the end of it, we're so tired and we're so like fed up that it kind of gets rushed at the end, and so if we had them weekly, they wouldn't be like that. And I think it'd be more productive, but that's just my opinion. But we have to do it until it's chartered out of anyway.
Yeah, I understand that.
But we don't have to make an ordinance tonight.
No, I mean, no, we just have to like announce that it's gonna be I have to give notice.
Then I would make a motion to give notice to the public that we're going to change it every weekly until it can be further discussed if whether they're gonna chart it out or not.
Because you
Yeah.
can't like vote for a charter ordinance unless everybody's here.
No, I understand.
Because it may be productive to do it every 2 weeks rather than every week.
Right. So, when's the next time we can discuss it?
Next Monday.
Yeah, we'll be meeting next Monday, regardless.
Was
Is that
Norma
just
be
you
here?
guys or?
No, it's just like
It'll be a
this.
city meeting.
Oh, okay, so
Every-
it's a city meeting every Monday.
So Norma will be here next week?
I would think.
I would think so too.
Okay.
So,
I'll second your motion.
okay, it's been moved and seconded that we go forward with discussing whether, how we want to proceed with ordinance 2023-03 on the changing of the monthly meetings. Until then, we'll give the public the notice that we'll be meeting every week until it's decided if we're going to charter out or stay with what we've got.
So we need to pass this today though, right?
Not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily. I mean,
Because it's a state statute, so it stands whether
you
we pass this or
can.
not.
You can pass it. There's no reason not to. I mean, because you're just going to be discussing the charter ordinance after this.
Might as well.
Yeah.
But if we pass this, does that change anything? Do we have to go back and repeal this? Because this repeals our old ordinance.
No, a charter ordinance would trump all of that.
Okay. So we would have to redo a charter ordinance anyways.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, so we don't have to mess with this. We can just do it by charter ordinance when we think.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even,
Yeah, we just need to give notice that,
I would
Yeah.
just give notice
Okay.
that, okay? So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same side, motion carried. Okay.
okay, now Norma's not here, so.
Norma's not here. She's at the DS meeting across the street, I guess. They had some sort of voting. She informed us last night at the work session that she wasn't going to be here. So, Next we'll have Joe.
I don't have anything.
Okay. In my mayor's report, the only thing that sticks out, since Norma's not here and I had spoke with Tyrell Elias with the burn pit were you there that night? At Sandra's party. He made the comment that there is some people that have brought boards out to the burn pit that have had paint on them and some nails. As of right now, where it stands, it's not locked, so people can drop everything off they need to, but it's just, Ty wanted to make it known that when he went out there, these were what's going on, and he just wanted to say, hey, this is what he saw. So I think then after that, he was going to get with, my understanding was, what he told me that night was he was going to get with Norma to explain to her what was going on too. So from what I took of that is, if we're going to continue to leave it as a public graces of where they're able to unload their stuff, we just need to make sure we're following the rules so that we don't have to start locking it up again. So that would be my take on that from what Ty told me. As far as the blighted structures and the buildings and cleaning up property, the reason you didn't see, and Ron was talking about the law enforcement, part of the reason that you didn't see the actual, and I believe we advised Nicole not to put it in paper for the city marshal, was because it was in that ordinance of the repealing of 15-1602. So that was already in there where that would be chartering out of to get to municipal court. So maybe that will clear up a little bit as to why you don't see the city marshal part in there to be put back in effect yet, because we're waiting for that 16-02. So other than that, I guess we'll get to the cemetery mowing. I know in the work session last night, it was talked about how the city has, which I'm not sure exactly how far the footage is, but Roberta Wireman has a water meter there that essentially over time, depending how we wanted to proceed with getting water to the cemetery, because when Pat was on commission, we already had decided to get water to the cemetery. There's water out this Roberta Wireman's that we would have to go across the road and then across Butch's Field to be able to get the city water out there. So I just want to put feelers out as to whether it be more cost effective for us to use our own city water to get out to the city cemetery versus using actual rural water, which is more expensive as far as an investment.
What's on that meter? Is that rural water or city water?
City.
Hers is city.
I don't understand why the cemetery is on rural water.
I don't
because
either.
It's in the city limits, so.
Because it's in the
I don't
city
know.
limits, and
I
that's
don't
the
understand
closest
how that
one.
works.
But whereas Butch annexed himself out of the city
Tony
limits.
did actually.
Tony did?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's possible or not, but trying,
There's city water pulled up to the cemetery.
there could be.
There is, but there's a leak in the,
No, that's
pipes.
rural. That's rural though.
No, I think there's, the city used to have water out there.
Yeah, but they paid the rule. Huh?
The one on the south?
Yeah, but it's, Bill Greenway told my dad years ago that there was a leak right there by the pole and between, headed towards the east, kind of by the pole, and then, so the pole's here in the middle of it, and then, a flagpole, and then over towards the east. And they had somebody witch it a while back to see if there was a break there, but we had approved to put water up there. We're trying to get it done before Memorial Day, but we're trying to figure out whether or not it's how you're going to actually get it there. And we have an issue with the meter now because Butch's cattle is running off of the meter that is the actual city meter that the rural water has. And I think that was a deal where the meter was there, no one had used the meter, and so Lance gave them permission to go ahead and use the meter. But I'm trying to figure out whether or not the city owns that meter, because if we own and paid for that meter, they don't really have any right to be watering their cattle off of that meter. Even though we're not paying for it, they are. Do we need another meter put in? And that's when the comment was brought up last night, well, it's in the city limits, why couldn't we just go across the road and down and just put water straight from our lines and not have to worry about paying the rural water, because rural water is expensive.
Yeah, I think we ought to use our line, our water. It's already there. We
Yeah.
just need to fix the leak.
Well, no, it's not there. It's not there. The leak that's there is off rural water. Comes off the rural water meter. So we'd have to run lines across under the road from Roberto's over.
So it's not there. It's not
No.
at the center.
So the easiest, quickest fix would be to see if we can get another meter put out and then run just a short hydrant off of that meter. And then lock the meter during the summer
And pay rural
and pay
water.
rural water.
That's probably cheaper than running another line.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up and ask you.
So to run another line, you could pay for water, you could pay for rural water for about 5 years or more.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Yes.
Because I wasn't even aware that there was, how close that was. Norma said last night she thought that what'd she say, it goes from when we were talking here, she said that it goes from Midland. She thought Midland was the closest, but then I brought up Roberta Wireman's, and she said Roberta Wireman's would be closer, which is the house kind of out on the corner by, kind of corner from Tony's. So,
If you pull the line from Midland, you're not crossing any roads, are you, except for the one over at by Midland?
no. You have to go underneath probably.
We'd have to pay an easement to go underneath somebody's field though.
Well, that's what she said, something about easement.
Where's the closest meter, or by Butch's house?
Well, it would have been, but Butch annexed themselves out of the city limits, so that's not our city meter, right, anymore?
I have no idea how that works, I'm not gonna lie.
It all got confusing when they were talking about how the city meter worked versus the rural, but Butch is now rural.
Yeah, he wanted to be rural water, so he annexed himself out, so just that little tiny square where he is annexed out. And it's on rural water. But everything else should be city water, but it's not, I don't know why it's not.
And he used to be city.
Where would the closest
'Cause the-
city meter be?
We think
That
Roberta
would be
Wireman.
Wireman's,
Which one's that?
It's a
Across
little-
the street?
Right across the street.
yeah. The little white
So that's the
house.
street you gotta cross.
So you'd have to go under the street and then go across this field to get to the cemetery.
Or fix the leak, Norma said we could fix the leak too.
Yeah, it's.
Well, fix the
still-
leak, but that's for rural water.
It'd still be cheaper to fix the leak.
No, it's not for rural water, she
I thought you
said.
said the leak was
The leak's
city
city.
water.
No, the leak's rural water.
Well, then-
Because the meter's
Why would Bill
compromised
that would
Greenway
be
have
closest
anything to do with
one.
that then?
because it's rural water. Michael does rural water.
I'm pretty sure that they told, that Norma said it was city.
We'll have to ask her
That's where
again,
they-
but she said the meter was compromised because Butch has the meter, so we'd have to figure out the meter. That's why the issue is we haven't put anything out there.
After all these years, nobody has any records of what is what?
Well, I would sell the meter to, if it's our meter, sell it to them. Sell it to Butch or sell it to rural water. It'd be rural water. Sell them the meter
Put a new one out.
and put a new one out for the cemetery.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Or unless, rural water will supply them the meter. They'll probably supply them the meter. It's actually their meter, so it'll be
Yeah.
there. It'll
Yeah,
be
we
on
don't
that.
own the meter, so I just
But
don't know
if
who
it's-
did the actual work on it.
If Butch is using our city meter, I would charge him something for it, even if it's only $5. Just so you can say, I sold you this meter, and there's no argument about it in the future. And I don't know how much they cost or how much it's worth right now.
Everything's expensive right now.
Well, that's the thing, it was not even being used, so I don't know how they even put him on that meter. It's kind of we're not using this meter, so we're just gonna hook somebody else, but I don't think that's right. They should have,
Well, if they ran a rural water line up to his house,
I
they
think I'll
would
just
have
have to
probably ran it into the
research.
same meter, because the
Yeah.
meter's there.
I'll go ask people, like, I'll go ask Bill Greenway and I'll ask Michael and I'll ask them what they, and have them draw me a diagram or whatever of what's going on.
Do we have a map of the water lines?
We've got tons of maps of the water lines, but I don't know which one's which.
I
There's
doubt he
tons of
figured that
them.
out unless Shane could.
Yeah, when he's got time, he could look at them, or at least try to tell me what. Because we did have a water line break out on the highway, Don Urban's, yeah, you went out there that day, it was so cold. And, what we had turned off, that's actually rural water's turn off. Ours wasn't even there, we didn't turn it off. I don't know how it happened, but ours was a little bit further into the cattle, where the cattle are.
Oh. That was
So,
rural
so
water
then, yeah, we
leakage.
run right next to each other, and then rural water comes off of us at some point, I think maybe at that little pump house maybe, but I'm not sure. Shane tried to tell me, but I didn't really understand what he was saying.
Are all those water maps compiled in one place, one
I
file?
think they're in the water office, yeah.
The
There's a
water
lot of
office
water
is-
maps that are in the water office.
The water office is where?
The
The
blue
little
building.
building down by the
Oh, yeah,
co-op,
okay.
or the old co-op.
Maybe we ought to bring those down here. They don't need to be there, do they?
Well, there's water, so,
All the water stuff's in the water office.
I mean, I might even have one in here, I'm not sure.
I'm just wondering if they should be in the safe.
I don't know if we could fit them in there. That seems pretty, there's a safe down there too.
There is? So they're pretty secure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, if something happens to that building, we're in big trouble, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Those are pretty important.
Yeah,
so
we got a safe
those
down there
have to be
about half the
secured.
size of that one.
Okay.
And he's gotten the lock figured out on it too, so.
I don't imagine that there's city water any closer than Butch's house to the cemetery.
I don't believe so.
And if rural water's already out there, I would say that we should go with rural water.
I mean, I don't think there should be very much water being used out there. Anyway, Shane just wanted it out there because he wants to put some trees up. There's a row where he wants, I don't know, for the wind. And he said you'll have to have water out there constantly for, new trees.
It would be nice to have it there.
Well, that's what's in the will, is to plant new trees.
That's exactly what that money's supposed to be for.
I just wanted to bring it up and just,
Yeah, no, it's good discussion.
other than that, I don't really think I have anything else to report. Oh, the park, there's a pull down at the park. I was instructed that
Oh, I saw
an
it
individual hit
yesterday.
a pull down at the park, and they want to know who to talk to about, and since I was on direct oversight of the park, I brought to the business meeting, whatever, the work session last night, to let them know that was down
Did you
there.
see
I
it?
looked at it, yeah, it's like almost completely out of the ground.
They
Who
hit
hit
hard.
it?
A power pole?
Yes.
No, just the pole that holds the fence, or the gate, that shuts the gate on.
Oh,
They hit it really hard.
They were driving their vehicle out of there, and they hit the side of it, and so,
So it's gonna have to be replaced, yeah, I saw that.
and it's the fence pole, so I don't know if it can just be bent back, or if we need to put a new pole in there, or what, but I just wanted to bring it to their attention, so. I and as far as, well, I'll get to that, I think we're good.
All right,
Next we'll go into city officer reports. Cynthia.
I know that the bills were late this month, and I'm sorry about that. I was switching everything over, and so that's why we extended, they're not gonna be due on the 20th. But we finally got online to where you can look at your bills online and everything, and I'll give you guys the website here. You have to go in and you have to make your account, but then you can view everything. You can make payments online if you want to, with an e-check or a credit card. And you can set up automatic payments, but everybody that had automatic payments before, I switched them over for everybody, so you guys don't have to mess with any of that. But if you want to start, then you will have to. But it's cityofmccracken.frontdeskgworks.com is where you go. And then there's, right under the password, it says create new. You'll click on that, and it'll ask you if you're already a customer, say yes. And then put in your new account number, not your old account number, because we all got new account numbers. And you're gonna wanna put in the new account number and your address, and then it should be right there.
Is it on that letter you sent out?
It's not, because we didn't have it yet, but
So I
I will
got
be
City
sending
of
out another
McCracken.
letter.
What's-
Huh?
I got City of McCracken.
Okay, it's cityofmccracken.frontdeskgworks.com. And that's what it's called front desk. And then hopefully by next week, you'll be able, if you have a citizen complaint, you'll be able to file it on there. If there's a public notice that needs to go out, we'll be able to send out a mass alert. If there's a boil water advisory or something like that, we'll be able to notify everybody through that. And hopefully it'll just make things a lot nicer. Then we can make forms to have forms you can fill out, like building permits and stuff like that, so we would go through that. And you can check your usage, like compare it, well, not right now, but as soon as we have it for a while, you'll be able to compare it to like last year, and as soon as we get more history on there, and you'll be able to see all the payments you've made and everything. So you just have to go register your account and take it from there. And that's all I've got.
No, that's the letter you just sent out, that's the
That's
new
just
account number, right?
that's what the new, yeah,
'Cause
the
we tried to use
new
the one with the
bill.
with the little block one and it didn't work.
Yeah, the new bill is what the new account number would be. And I don't know if you guys, what do you guys think about the new bill, like the layout of it? I mean,
I was confused of which you send back in, because the return this was down on the bottom part, the big part, instead of the top part.
well, as long as you put your account number in the memo, you don't need to return anything really. I mean, as long as and actually you don't even need to put that, because we have 108 accounts, so I pretty much know who's paying for who, you know, so
Okay,
you don't have to worry about any of that. If you guys want to keep the whole sheet for your records, that's fine.
okay.
Yeah, because I know what goes with what.
There is something else I wanted to bring up that I forgot.
Okay.
If you're done.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting complaints from people about trucks using compression brakes
Oh, yeah.
as they
Oh, like
roll-
Jake brakes?
Yeah.
We have
as they roll down the
signs.
highway.
We do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's no
signs
Jake
on
brake
the
signs
highway.
on the highway. I haven't heard that complaint in a long time.
I haven't seen one out south.
There might not be one out here, but I know there's one out here for sure. If not, we can put one out there.
Let's put one out there.
They have been loud lately.
They have been really loud. Somebody complained to me on Friday and Saturday morning. A guy woke me up. He dragged his brake all the way through town.
It's been really bad. I even commented to Shane about it, how bad it's been.
Oh, jeez.
So let's have Shane
I
look
don't live on the
and
highway
see
ever,
if,
so.
see if there's a sign.
There
on
might
each
be,
end,
there might be a sign up there. I'll have him look and
and see
see.
if we can find them if we have them.
If not, then we
Let's
can
do
get
that.
one.
Let's do them up.
Were they under $500? Do we need to make
Yeah.
a motion to purchase them?
They're way under. Yeah, we'll have him look though, because I bet we've got a lot of different signs down there. We might already have one.
I know there's one down here, because I've seen it. Just says no Jake brake.
I mean, like
the
if
other
we
day
built,
out on
like-
the south side of the city.
Yeah, we might have one in that blue building.
I think it
or
got blown over in that last wind.
that could be, it
So
could be
might-
laying out there.
It might be laying out there.
I'll have him check.
And as far as enforcing that goes, I don't know.
That's the highway.
That's the highway, but it would be our
Ordinance.
ordinance. But we have no means of enforcing it. I mean, if we had a code enforcer, or
We had a
when we
court.
have a code enforcer, if that truck ran his Jake brake and then pulled into town over at Midland, he could go over there and write him a citation. But if they just keep on going, there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
But having a sign up there will make a big difference, I think.
Yeah, because I know there's one over there. Was by there.
And I think if the sign is up there, the county has a duty to enforce it too. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works.
As long as they're on Highway 4, the county can enforce their own county ordinances, their own county laws.
Yeah,
So if they have a county law that says no Jake brakes,
I doubt if they do. I think it's a city thing.
I mean, we can put up the sign because that'll be as much as we can do. I mean,
no, right now we're certain not. So.
And that'll make a difference. And maybe we hang a red flag on it. Or put a LED,
Flashing light.
solar light on it.
we could just sit out there and throw nails down in the highway.
Sure, sure. If you want to go that far, Nicole.
You're gonna be the one sitting out there,
Okay.
right?
That was it.
Okay. Next we'll have city treasurer. If Nicole has nothing else.
No,
No, I'm still learning these, how to read these. Let's see. So right now, our general balance is at $89,697.77. At this point, we have used right? This is the one
That's how much we've used, yeah.
we've used 7.57% of our budgeted allowance for the year, so we're not doing bad there. And then this
That's
one's
what
the
we
revenue,
received,
and
yeah.
then we've received 35% of our total revenue for the year, so. Other than that,
And then that's our balance, the treasurer's, that's our balance last month and this is our balance.
this is our balance this month,
Yeah.
so 237,775.33.
I like tried to highlight them on that page out there just to make it
They're kind of
easier.
different, Linda. One of them's the budget report, and then the treasurer's report, and then the revenue report. So there's
Yeah, on the
three different
revenue
ones.
The revenue's what we get in.
That's staple?
Yeah, I know I stapled theirs.
I was
yeah.
confused yesterday too.
The revenue is what we've gotten, money we've gotten in, and that's on the top of the report, it says revenue. And it's 35% of what we had budgeted that we'd be getting this year. And,
No.
okay.
The no, I think the uncollected water is only barely $300.
Okay.
No, this is just, yeah,
Roger,
this
Ladder?
is what we're, like, this one, we got, we
Brought
lost
in.
35%
I don't know. He waved at me and left.
of our revenue.
I think he thinks he's in the wrong meeting.
And then this one,
It's
this is our
Monday.
total, our whole general total of all, everything, account wise. And this one is, this is how much of our budget that we have spent this for the year, is only the 7 point there.
And that matches up with the bank. So it's exactly how much cash we have. It's not a guess, it's not anything like that. It's exactly how much cash we have now.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Get better at reading these things.
Yeah, they're hard to read at
There's
first.
nothing else, then. Thank you. I'd like a motion to approve
I got a
the,
question.
What's that?
What about the cemetery record?
Those are with that on there. Oh, the cemetery records? Oh, I got
We
all
have
those.
them.
Yeah, I got
Got
all
them.
those, yes.
yep.
I've got everything for the cemetery,
Speaking
actually.
of that, did you get a call from Terry Rogers Cox?
No.
She messaged me on Facebook. I sent her your phone number for 2209. Told her to get with you. She wants to buy some plots.
Okay.
I believe that's Dave Rogers' sister, correct? Terry Rogers? Is that Dave's sister, Terry Rogers?
Not Terry Rogers.
Terry Rogers.
Well, I know that was Dave's sister, and I said.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. She'll be calling.
All right.
Oh, that would be why she was probably trying to get hold of us.
Is this,
Oh, that's the insurance thing we went over yesterday.
so this is a comparison, or?
Okay, this one that says EMC on the top, that's what our actual coverages are. Then the other one, that's what they valued the
I don't know what it
replacement
was,
cost
Terry.
to the buildings.
Cemetery plots.
Okay.
Cemetery plots.
So like, they value, like, we've got $118,000 insurance coverage on this building. They said the replacement cost is upwards of $600,000. So I don't really know if it would cost how much to replace it, but that's what they say it would cost, and so we're way underinsured on that.
How much, 600,000?
He said that it started out as $1 million, and he's the one that had to like work the numbers to try to get it down to 600,000. You know, it's a lot of square footage, but still, I mean, I about had a stroke when he said that.
It's probably.
Are you in the wrong building
It's
too?
probably pretty close.
Where's Roger?
He came in and left. He thinks he's in the wrong building, apparently.
Okay, I don't know what they're looking at.
Are you supposed to be meeting here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Stuff in my pickup.
Oh, okay.
I'd say this is a $500,000 building to replace it.
Really?
Right now.
Well, then we're way underinsured on it. And like the other, he did an estimate on everything that, all the replacement values, and I highlighted those for you. I mean, I don't know, we have good liability insurance. That's, we're doing really good on that. And then like our personal vehicles, if we're using our personal vehicles for city work, they're covered if something would happen. But like the building insurance, so it's not really that great. But he said, if this building would burn down, would we replace it this big as it is now? Would we actually use,
Maybe
all
it's
right.
big, but not the same usage, maybe.
Because, I mean,
I mean,
I don't
maybe
know.
we build
I know our
offices.
insurance payment right now is a little over $7,000 a year. And so if we would increase it, that would probably increase the premium pretty good. So I don't know if it'd make it worth it or what.
If it's only $7,000 a year, we could probably afford to increase it some.
I mean, that'll just have to be discussed, like how much you'd want to on each building. Because we have like insurance on the gazebo, which is like $20,000, I think. And the park bathrooms, we've got insurance on, which we don't even use those, but
And they're blocked.
yeah, so I don't know. I
So,
think
yeah,
that
let's look.
maybe you
I'd
guys
like
need to
look
sit down
these
with Jeff
over.
Bapp and like
And-
talk.
and-
Because he was here the other day. I think that everybody was out of town, so I was the only one available to meet with him, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should look them over.
But yeah, there's two separate piles. One of them's our actual coverage and one of them's the replacement values.
I was looking
So
to
the
see.
EMC is our actual.
$21,267 is the gazebo. That's for reconstruction, right?
Yes, that's for the replacement value.
That's the cost of materials, because materials are so outrageous.
Yeah. But I mean,
Now,
our
where's
coverages
the-
are the same that they've always been ever since I've had this job.
But now where's the actual insurance? Like what they say it's worth? That's what they say
That-
it's worth?
That's what we have it insured for. On the other paper, they say,
Because I know I saw two places yesterday.
This is what they're calling replacement
the
value.
replacement value. Let me see.
That's reconstruction.
Yeah, these are the the 21,000 is the replacement value. What we actually have it insured for is not
Oh,
that.
that was the beginning one. That was 8,000, right? We have it insured for 8,000?
Yeah, yes. Like the water tower, we have it insured for 190,000. He didn't check on that one because he said that there's nothing out there to compare it to. Which I think it would cost us way more to replace that, but,
Yeah.
the pump houses is what I'm worried about.
They're kind of low.
Yeah, like the park bathroom is covered for 3,500. And the park gazebo is covered for 5,000, yeah, it's only covered for 5,000, but he says the replacement value would be 21,000, so it's underinsured.
I think
But would
he's a
we
little
actually
high.
do it? Would we actually,
He's probably a little high across the board.
would we actually replace it though, is what he was asking. Like the shelter house over there, that's 14,000, that's what we have it insured for.
So maybe we should go through each of those buildings in public and get everyone's opinion on whether we would replace that if it broke down or not.
Right?
Because there might be some that we wouldn't, and so therefore we could maintain a lower insurance.
Well, then I've also heard, on my city clerk's listserv, they were talking, because EMC is the only insurance company that insures municipalities in Kansas. But there's another one now, and I guess it's a little bit different, but it's cheaper. So I'm gonna look into them anyway and see what they are about.
See where they're cheaper
They
at?
said, yeah, they said that they're structured different, but it's cheaper.
If EMC's been the only one in Kansas, you can bet they're pretty high.
Yeah, it's the
Because
only one,
without
yeah.
competition, they do whatever they want, so.
But now there's something else, I can't remember the acronym for it, but that just happened today, so I haven't looked into it yet.
Yeah, this deserves a little more study.
But, I mean, that's what we've got now.
Okay.
So, with that being said, then I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as written.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side, motion carried. Old business swimming pool. You had told me you didn't want me to contact the people in Salina, correct?
I didn't say that.
Who was the one you wanted me to contact? 'Cause
I didn't
contacted-
know who to contact. I just
I
said,
contacted Hutchison, but they said it'd cost more to come out here than it would be in Salina.
I just wanted somebody to come out and look at what is wrong, because the drain is obviously broken.
Decision's gotta be made
Yeah.
soon. Hayes has already put out their thing for lifeguards, so
But
either
that's
we
my-
gotta get it fixed or
that's
it's
the
not
one.
opening.
And then we got this again,
That's what I'm
so.
asking, is Salina was about it.
I just wanted somebody, like a plumber even, just to come out and look at it, or whoever. I said I didn't know
What's
who,
this?
I didn't even know who to
That
begin to
needs to be
call.
signed.
Did Jeff
and sent back
Babb,
in.
did he address the pool?
He said that it's really nothing that would be insured, like, it would just be wear and tear that would break it, so that
I mean,
really wouldn't.
Liability.
I mean,
No liability, we're covered under.
we're covered, we got $500,000 in liability.
And that's included,
That's
it's
all
under the
city.
city umbrella.
Well, and the pool's different because it's recreational for public use. So it's covered under a different.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of
liability.
insurance. I mean, we're covered perfectly on that, he said, on our liability.
Because it has more to do with Kent's Wildlife and Parks.
Because you can't sue a municipality for more than $500,000, and so that's what we've got. That's the insurance that we've got for $500,000.
So, in here, you took the budget off as a line item, correct?
The line, it doesn't have a line item anymore, but it's still got place for the pool.
So it's the 4,000,
That's
that's
not
not applicable
thing
anymore?
anymore.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
But we still have to have the money for it.
Yeah,
I just,
yeah. that's
the
what I'm
pool
asking.
bleeds money. It really does, and we've got like
Can I see your pin?
5 kids that use it every year, and so I think that we need to weigh the, the benefits with the other, the expense.
Well, that's the only thing this town has.
It is, but can we afford to have it though?
Can't afford not to.
I would agree.
We're already drying up as it is.
But they
So
need to
just
have,
Just
we need
call
to have
a
them-
real,
afford to fix
get
it.
a real plumber, do a real assessment, and then go from there.
and see, and I think if we had somebody come out and really tell us what's wrong, maybe we could repair it ourselves, but
Right,
we
well,
need to
then
do
just-
it now.
Instead of talking about it, let's just do it.
I would make a
I just,
motion.
I have no
summer.
idea who to
It's
call.
supposed to be done already.
Yeah. We've been going around in the circle for months now.
Isn't there anyone out of Hayes?
I don't know, the Pools Plus and Hayes, they're mean.
Hey, Pools Plus and Hayes was very hard to deal with. Salina, we had good luck with.
They're expensive too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're
There-
Very.
There's not, you're not gonna find a place that's gonna be.
I just wanted
cheap.
somebody to
That's
come
the
in that
problem.
is a professional just to look and see what we've got going on there. Because I read it when they redid the
But
pool.
that
in
thing
the-
you just signed, so whenever you do, you have to go through them too.
Yeah. Whenever they did the pool in the 70s, they made it to where you wouldn't have to tear up all the concrete to get to the pipes, is what it
This
says.
is the same thing you signed last time, right?
But I don't know. That's not how it
Just
would seem to
basically
me.
saying that you
But
won't overcharge people.
Where's the
come in there.
blueprints at?
Can't put up with
I've got them.
lights
I
and-
found them.
So I just say,
Yeah.
instead
I've
of
got
keep
her
talking
over.
about it, let's
Blueprints?
just get somebody out here
Oh,
and
I
get her
see.
done.
I think they heard that.
We've been talking around this for months now, just get it done.
You know, if it's the main line, it's the pipe that comes from the main drain
We
back to
don't
the
know.
pumps. If it is, that can be replaced with a horizontal bore. And, it's not that hard to fix anymore.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So-
I'm not a plumber at all, so
If I could see the
you could tell me
blueprints,
anything and I'd believe you.
if I could see the blueprints, that would be real helpful.
Yeah, we've got them all.
Will you,
I'll do it before I leave today. I'll find them.
yeah. Cause, you know, you can go to a pool manufacturer, a pool installer, and they're gonna charge a premium price because they sell pools, where a plumber could do the job.
You may
No.
have to
Plumbers
contact them
replace,
too. on
Yeah, because on here
whatever.
it says that we have to contact them
Go
before
through
we do any
Kansas Wildlife
repairs.
and Parks.
what's that? This is,
This is an annual operation manual we sign every year for them, states all their ramifications from
Because
the
we got
grant
the,
we
we got the loan, or
The
the
grant,
the money,
grant.
the grant from them and, well, money.
Well, there's 13,000 that's sitting in the APR, is that
ARPA.
correct? ARPA? That's unbudgeted funds, correct?
They just put it on that.
I don't know if we can spend it on that. We'll have to check.
It's lost revenue, correct? The pool lost revenue in 2020?
It loses revenue every year.
I know, but it lost revenue
I
during
don't know
that
if you can
time.
have that
It lost-
because it does, it always loses revenue.
Yeah.
So it's a
I'd have to
continuous
check
thing.
in.
But it wasn't
I'd check
open,
into
right,
it.
in 2020?
I think that
But
we
you
need to
don't make
have,
revenue on a pool anyway, that's why I'm saying you can't,
it's not lost. 'cause
it's
we
not
never made in
lost
the
because
first
it wasn't
place.
there.
I think that we need to have fundraisers, really, to be honest
Well, I
with
would
you.
agree.
Well, first you just gotta find out what the heck's wrong, and
Yeah.
then go from there. If we keep talking about this, just do
Maybe
it.
have Joe look at it.
I'll look at the blueprints
Look at the
first.
blueprints and figure out. So I agree with you on the plumbing.
A plumber could do the same, you know, the guys that install pools, they're gonna send their plumber out here. I
Yeah.
mean, they have a plumber. Those guys are plumbers.
Well, and the concrete is all cracked too around the whole upper edge of it, right?
Yes, and there's a leak down at the bottom.
The
There's
drain,
leaks down
yeah.
at the side. The skimmers aren't all working. There's a lot of stuff.
I used to build swimming pools with my dad years ago, so I know how they work. Concrete pools wear out quicker and it might be worn out.
That's what,
So, yeah, I can go take a look at it, but I want to see the prints first. So do we get funding from these, from Kansas Department of Wildlife?
They're the ones
no,
that we did our grant for.
they,
And the grants, so we're still paying them back or something, or?
no, they paid for it, so that's what
They
they
paid for
get.
it. We're under them forever.
Forever?
Ever.
Okay, so we don't get any funding from that
No,
yearly, okay.
No.
Can you hit them up for more money?
I don't know. Find out,
After they've made that
Quite
investment,
possibly,
would they be willing to help
like give another, to do it
to
again?
fix it?
quite possibly.
You do know how to write a grant.
No, I have no idea. You said you were going to grant writing.
Oh, I
stuff.
am, the 22nd I leave for that.
Take that paper with you, get it ready. Have them help you write it. So just get that going.
For Austin, isn't the, every Memorial
Okay.
Weekend, they always have a dinner here
Yeah.
after the
For the swimming
services?
pool.
Yeah, you say
That's like
still-
$1,400 is usually what it brings
Yeah.
in. That like
Yeah.
pays for 1 month of chemicals, or the startup chemicals,
Which,
like the chlorine and everything to start it up, right? That's what that usually pays for.
Roughly, yeah. And then some,
I mean, I know that they used to have a lot of fundraisers for it, because I read back in the
Yeah.
minutes, like they had funnel cakes at the rodeo. I think they run it $1,600 in 2 days selling just
well, as far
funnel cakes.
as,
This says they're taking applications for new projects.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't
so
even
let's
read
find
it.
out what those projects are,
Okay,
and maybe we get a new pool.
so as far as approval to have somebody come out and look at it, do we need to approve to have somebody
That's
come
already
out
been
and look at it?
approved.
then?
that was
it's already been approved last month. You were supposed to call around and get people.
I talked to Hutchison, but that was it, because was my understanding you guys didn't want to use Pools Plus again out of Salina. So I didn't contact them.
Well, that, I mean, but.
And if it's okay to contact them, I'll contact them again. Because they could probably be out here
Well,
quickly.
they'd be
Let
expensive
me look
though.
at
Well,
the,
it's nowhere's gonna be cheap. You're gonna pay mileage for them to come out regardless.
let me look at
You're
the
gonna get
prints.
mileage regardless.
And, it's easy to pressure test the lines. You put a compressor at one end.
They did that or they did that to clean out the
Yeah,
lines, I believe.
they've already looked everything over. They just need to tell us, Pools Plus, we had them last year. They just need to tell us what needs to be fixed on the actual overall service.
but we also got a filter that we didn't, we spent thousands of dollars.
Well,
Hey, Amanda, we
I mean,
have
if they
reports.
already assessed it, you should be
We
able to
just
get
need to go
what their
ahead and
assessment was, right?
Figure out what it is. I mean, they've already got an assessment. I agree.
Okay, so do you have what it says? What's the
From
assessment?
what they did last time that they were here, yes.
Right.
But as far as that time, we didn't know it was the drain problem until we left the pool full and then the pool low. So,
Either way, Joe, if you can look at that and then,
yeah, I would think look at the blueprints.
Yeah, 'cause,
In the
I mean,
meantime, I'll contact them and see if maybe they can come and look at it. If you've already approved for them to come out and look, I just don't want it approved to come out for them to look and then us to incur a bill and then have an issue where we have to call a special meeting to get a bill approved.
It's already been approved.
Okay, if it's already been approved, then I'll contact them tomorrow. If we're okay with using Pools of Salina.
Why don't we try not a pool company?
We can do both.
Because pool companies are more expensive.
But either way, they're gonna have to tell us what's wrong with it so you can apply for a grant.
If Joe can tell you.
Well, actually, I probably could tell you. Let me take a look at it. Give me one day.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll
because
look
it's
at
down
it
there, it's
tomorrow.
empty, it's
Well, they
empty.
probably couldn't
There's
even.
frogs in it, and that's it.
Yeah, they won't be able to come for a couple.
Those are
days anyway.
snacks.
So what I'll look at is the structure of the pool, the concrete, the sidewalk around it, and then I can figure out what it would take to pressure test the skimmer lines, all the return lines and the main drain. Or anything that's not visible.
I think that
And
Shane
it's not
could tell
that-
you a lot of that
It's
too,
not
because I
that
know he
much,
did that
so
last
maybe
year.
if me and Shane went down there and looked at it, we could figure it out. But if we, is there water in it now?
No, there was, we wanted
So-
it to have water in it, but it drained out.
So if we plug the main drain at the bottom, and then, where that line comes out into the pump room, we open that up and put pressure on it, and watch the gauge. If the gauge falls, we know there's a leak in it.
We know there's a leak in it,
Okay,
because
so
it drained out of there.
And
if
some
we
of the
have the
skimmers aren't even
blueprints, we can
connected.
see where that line is and see what it
The
takes to
skimmers
dig
do.
it up
No, those ones that are cut off, right?
or replace
They're
it.
not even connected.
See, if we, and it might take cutting a hole in the bottom of the pool to get into that, where that main drain is, and then bore another line down to it, which you can do with a horizontal boring machine. Run another line down to it, make the connection, and then pour new concrete in the bottom. It'd have to be reinforced with rebar, so, because there's a lot of pressure on it, like hundreds of tons. So, it would have to be done right, but
Do you think it'd be able to be done this year though, or will they have to wait to open it next year?
it could be done this year.
I mean, that's what I would worry about, is, because it's March, it's almost summer.
I don't know, let me look at the prints, I'll talk to Shane tomorrow, and, we'll go look at it. And we might both go, no way, we're not touching that.
And I'll look into the grant tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, see if there's another grant to get a new pool.
Yeah.
And
Because it would be nice to have a new pool and have it half the size of the one we have now.
we didn't pay anything for that pool. It was 55 years old, or 50 years old, or 25 years old, how old is it?
It's older than I am. So it's,
76.
it's 44 years old. 40, no, geez, I'm not 40 anymore.
I would just put in there, how we
48
managed
years
to
old.
make this pool last this long. Could you take care of us again?
I mean, yeah, it is old, it's old, and the concrete is cracked, and it probably does need to be replaced. Because I don't think you can just put a liner in that.
You couldn't put a fiberglass liner in?
I don't think so.
Well, you can ask them, they're the pool
What did he
experts.
say?
When he came to do the liner, he said that to put a liner in it would be very difficult because you'd never get the wrinkles out of the
Yeah,
bottom.
they
It
did
could rip.
mention it,
What
something
about a
about it.
fiberglass shell?
We'd still need to redo the plumbing.
Yeah, what they do is pull the pool out, take all that concrete out, put new plumbing down, and then put a fiberglass pool in there.
It's cheaper than concrete.
Well, they're more durable and they lower maintenance, and they can be fixed if they do break, and they don't usually break.
Who's gonna volunteer to take shifts?
Just for what?
Digging. We do
Echo.
2-hour shifts.
It's really a pretty easy job to drop a fiberglass
Shelf.
pool in there,
Do they make square ones?
and it's
They make any
actually,
size, any shape.
Any shape?
They pour 'em?
Remember I looked that up last year and I
They pour
found
'em?
out the cost on it?
no, they're
40,000
pre-made, they
bucks.
bring them out on a truck.
Oh, okay, so that's what you see us
Crane
on.
it into place, yeah.
Whole freaking thing out.
So, and it's probably cheaper than, I mean, who is this? It's not Game Fish and Parks, but Kansas
Wildlife and Parks?
Wildlife.
But it's
They'd
for the water
probably be more-
conservation.
They'd probably be more inclined to put
That's
the pool
that's a
in.
whole other thing, you know. I
And
looked at our
waste the
drought
water.
map, and we are like in the burgundy colored drought. So that's another thing. We used 350,000 gallons of water last
That's
year.
because the hose had to run every day because there was a leak.
Because there was that leak, so we cannot afford to do that with water this
So,
year.
Department of Wildlife is concerned about conserving water, so they don't wanna see us do that again.
Yeah, because I got an email from the Rural Water Association, and we are in like, it looks like the color of your truck, and that's the worst that you could be. That's what we're in right now,
For drought.
for drought, yeah.
Okay, so, can you you can get in touch with them tomorrow, can't you? Let's find out what kind of grants are available, and we'll find out what it takes to fix this pool, and we'll get back together on it Monday.
Yeah, I guess we will, so.
Yeah, Monday, Monday. Okay, next, for new business, citywide cleanup.
Wait, we didn't do cemetery mowing.
Cemetery mowing.
We didn't get any other bids. I put an ad in the newspaper, I put an ad in, on our website, I put an ad on Facebook, I put an ad in Nextech, and no other bids came in except for this one.
All right, well, you tried.
I did.
Okay.
What's the stated bid again?
That makes the bid that we had pretty good. Makes it better.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I think, oh,
Okay.
I'm having a muscle cramp. It's not a heart attack.
We're all getting ready to come over and
It's
see
not,
you.
not because I looked at that number there.
You got nurses in the room.
I'll take care of the panicking, that's what I'll do.
Pains in your pectoral muscle there? Oh, man, that
Little
was
sharp,
sharp.
knock you out.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh. So, yeah, I think we could approve that.
Well, I know if they have a crew that comes out, it doesn't seem like it would be that,
No, he called me, what was it, last week, and said he was checking to see where we were. I told him we hadn't had a meeting yet. And then we put out further feelers for more bids. And he said, well, I understand that. He said, I just want to know because I've got to hire my people. So that way he's aware.
He probably has a contract we'll sign with him, right?
I don't know, I'll have
Yeah,
to call
he
him
has all
tomorrow.
the paperwork, and plus he's licensed, bonded, and insured, and carries his own insurance.
And his
And
equipment.
it's his equipment, it's no gas, it's no maintenance.
Just so we can have some expectations of the job.
Yeah.
I guess
that's
they
done.
do the
Not that I have any
Catholic
doubts,
cemetery and they do really well.
but- Okay. I would think we can approve
Is it
that.
Jared?
Yes.
He does a fantastic job.
Yes. So is there a motion to approve his
I
bid
would,
then?
I would make a motion to approve his bid for
Jared
cemetery
Schultz
mowing.
from Ness City,
Okay.
and he had
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve the Schulte Lawn Care out of Ness City for mowing the cemetery. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same side. Motion carried. Okay, I'll call him and let him know. And then citywide cleanup, Nicole.
I just wanted to know what we can do, like, if we wanna do the dumpsters, what are we gonna do? We need to make a
Somebody
plan.
said Earth Day was a good day for that. Do you have a plan? What, a date?
I don't have a plan. I just need to know what direction to go to.
That's his business. That's his business.
Right?
Yeah.
Earth Day?
I think he does the disease cemetery.
Is that coordinating with, when is it?
Like Pride?
I know, I've gotta call, Golden Belt and see if they'll, I guess they usually help or
Yeah,
something.
They
I don't know,
Supply dumpsters.
So, yeah, I'll call them
Saturday,
tomorrow.
April 22nd,
Yep.
what you're looking at?
Okay, that's still, I've got plenty of time then, but not at
The
the same
sooner you
time.
put it out there to get people motivated and get their junk.
Well, I thought maybe we could
Well-
put 2 dumpsters out, one on each side of town, and we, and I'll be available for them to call me. I don't know how much help I'll actually be physically, but I can
We need
try to
to-
make arrangements for people to help to move their stuff.
The big
if they
dumpster
need
like we
help.
had in front of the cafe? So we're
Yes,
talking about those big
yeah.
ones?
I think the
That's
sooner we,
170 a ton, I believe.
yeah, they charge by weight, huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the sooner we get on the list for those dumpsters with Golden Belt and wherever else we can get them.
Well, we can pay for it,
Well, Golden
ourselves.
Belt, they'll do something for us for free or something.
Right.
or to
Well,
help
they
us out
supply the
some.
people to come out and help.
They do?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
see,
what.
I have
the-
no idea.
Their part is they come out and they actually come over and help haul the stuff off, like the properties and stuff. But as for supplying the dumpsters and that is all through, now it'd be through Stop. It was through.
That's who it is? He
Yeah.
does them?
Yeah, Stop
we
does
got
it. It's
one-
170
We had one,
a ton.
out of
Yeah, that's a
Ellis,
lot.
I think, is what Shane and I had
Cheaper, think,
one.
on the second dump, maybe.
Oh.
I had them from Hess when I was doing my house. It was expensive.
Yeah, we had them
Yeah,
for,
it's 170.
somebody out of or Ellis, over by, in Ellis County, and it was like $500, I think it ended up costing us, but we didn't have that much, I don't know, I made shake
Well,
the
I
table and
just think you
stuff.
should put a letter out to pre-warn people, and also it behoove them to separate their stuff, you know, wood, metals, plastics, so it'd be easier to come along and expedite it.
Yeah, we might make a bulletin that says no tree branches, because that's gonna add weight in the dumpster and they
And
can
that
take
can
it
always
to
go
the
to
burn
the
pit.
preferred
Right.
pit.
So
Yeah.
it might say what can go in there and what can't, and maybe, talk to a metal scrapper that'll come out on the same day and pick up scrap metal. So that doesn't go in the dumpster either.
Well, Staub will haul your metal off for you.
Who?
Staub, he'll haul the metal off for you. The guy that you're paying $175 for, you can put metal in that machine. You can put
It
right in.
didn't make our weight, it
But
make our weight
that'll
more.
add our dumpster weight.
Well, yeah, that's
So
true.
somebody might even come and pay us to take some of
Maybe
this
Yeah,
off.
they might.
Talk to
Trenton
Stone,
might.
see if he'd like it separated,
Trenton did last
and if
time.
he'll take it for free.
Or, I mean, if we could make some money off of it,
Because
that'd be
there's
even
like
better.
appliances laying around, there's all kinds of
Oh, I know, I've got
crap.
several of them in my
There's
carport
a
right
lot
now.
of those.
200 euros.
I know there's guys that'll come out here and
Like the vehicles and stuff, they
they'll
will.
take the metal.
You know, we have an ordinance that says if your vehicle doesn't, if you can't get into it and start it right then and there, that it is not, it's like not supposed to be on the streets or even visible to us.
No, I know it.
Yeah,
and there
there's
is
a
an
couple
ordinance
sitting
that
around
says
that are
that.
like that.
I mean, you have to get in it and try to start it.
What
And
do you
if it doesn't
classify some of
start-
these people are calling lawn art?
And I don't know
I
if
mean,
we ought
if
to
they
go
start
They're
there.
those-
tagged and insured?
If they start and they're tagged and insured, that's legal. But if they can't get into it and start it, then it's not. That's what I've read.
Well, the
on
ones
our
that are
ordinance.
sitting there with flat tires and haven't moved.
Like, yeah, the ones that are up on jacks and
And
stuff
I'm
like that.
thinking we don't necessarily need to go into that until we get a code enforcer. And
Code compliance
Well, I'm
officer.
just saying that this would maybe
Compliance
give
officer.
people a warning
That's
before they
too hard
get
to say.
tickets.
It doesn't come with the price.
Yeah. But on Earth Day or the citywide cleanup, I don't know if I'd worry about that or be concerned with that. And we'll deal with it when we get code compliance officer. Because
maybe we
it
could-
is a concern.
And maybe we could turn it into like a community potluck thing. Everybody work that day and then
Yeah, everybody brings something, just,
take a
yeah.
beer or whatever.
Have to go to the
Bottle
Legion.
drinking?
You have to go to the Legion, can't do it on city property.
So, maybe we should form a committee about Earth Day.
That would be
Or about the
nice.
citywide cleanup, to kind of cover some of these bases.
That would be really helpful.
Any volunteers? Kathy?
Yeah, right.
You got us, we'll help out.
Okay, so maybe you want to
Oh,
schedule a
Anita.
meeting on this.
Put in Anita in there.
Yeah, she'd get stuff done.
Here, look like
Or
this.
maybe
You've only.
2 or 3 meetings between now and then, put them on a calendar.
I mean, we meet every week, so
So
we'll be meeting
Monday,
again.
so
So next
Monday,
Monday, let's talk about it.
so Monday, let's figure out a subcommittee for,
Meeting every Monday.
for Earth Day.
Meeting every Monday.
That'd be my motion. That way there's more people that can attend. And we can figure out what paperwork, because we'll have to do probably a resolution.
And it takes some of the load off the city meeting.
So that way there, if you just make those calls,
Have them now until
and we'll have the information, then we can go make a plan from there.
Right. We'll have plenty of meetings.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to,
I'll make a motion to have a meeting for the meeting.
next Monday, we have a Earth Day committee recruiting process and look into paperwork to see what we have to do for a subcommittee to the city. We should be good to go.
I want to request a piece of equipment, a whiteboard.
Okay?
I actually was looking into those.
If we had one right back here on an easel, we can kind of jot some of these things down. It's kind of a lot easier for me. Of course, I'm an idiot, but it's easier for me if I can see it,
Like,
because it can go in one ear and out the other.
that's why I wanted to have the projector, but then it broke.
But if I see it once,
Me
it
too.
sticks.
Oh, were you gonna order one of those?
Yeah, I've got it. I haven't looked
Is
into
it
it.
under
but-
500?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say, I don't know why I kinda can't hear.
Yeah.
And for
We
people
don't hear
that, for people that can't hear us as well, if we wrote these things down and you could see these points numbered and whatever,
Like a PowerPoint?
not necessarily a PowerPoint, just if we could jot them down on a whiteboard or whatever.
So they can read them, so they can try to
So
read
can
them.
we get one of
Yeah.
those,
Yeah.
petty cash, or?
Yeah, it's under $500 in that, and I know they are, because I was literally just looking at those.
You could even order one on Amazon, then we don't have to make a trip to town.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna, yeah, they have them, that you can order them.
Let's get one.
Amazon, they're pretty cheap.
What do you say?
The motion to get a whiteboard, whatever she needs.
I'll second that.
Okay, move a second to get a whiteboard.
You can just go to Home Depot and just buy that
Maybe
whiteboard
you gotta
and
get
make
one.
Well, I told her to get one on a wheel. You could just roll,
Well,
like we got in school. Roll it across.
Roll it where?
They
Like,
make-
you can roll it down?
Well, because you got,
they
No,
make
come on
those
a stand. You
lightweight
don't want one that you
easels.
have to hold up.
yeah, you
Yeah.
got the stand.
Like an
No,
easel,
Don't get
kind of?
anything big. You know, if it's like 36 by 36 with a lightweight aluminum easel,
I've got a projector at home, like the ones you used to write on, that it would be.
oh,
Oh! You mean like an overhead
Welcome back
projector?
to,
I just I mean, those work.
I do have
Those
one.
do work.
Yeah, but do they work?
they're nice for art. I'm glad you told me that. 'Cause I might want to borrow that.
I do have one.
That's nice.
If there's anything old, I guarantee Shane's got it.
Yeah, I think a whiteboard will do us all good.
Okay, so it's been moved to second to buy a whiteboard. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same side, motion carried. And then didn't finish our motion. We made a motion to go ahead and get a committee recruiting for next Monday. We're looking into subcommittee for city, so. All those in favor say aye.
I'll second
You
that.
second?
And aye.
I'll second it. All
Aye.
those in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed, same side, motion carried.
hey,
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting if we're done.
hoorah. Go
I'll
home.
second the motion.
Adjourn until next
Seconded to
Monday.
adjourn the meeting until next Monday. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same side, motion carried.